Looking good? Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Last time, we made it through the dragon, Aerie, and acquired the Ashen Mist, an item that allows us to visit the past and memories in certain locations. It's a key item, sorry. Delve into the memories of the Withered, manifestation of Ashen Mist, received from the Ancient Dragon. The magic of the Ancient Dragon allows one to delve into memories of the Withered. And one we did check was the Ancient Dragon from Duke's Dear Freya. However, there's a few other places we can delve, not the least of which will be where we truly need to go, which is back to the Forest of Giants. So, we head back to the Cardinal Tower once again. Because remember, this is where we came across many of the withered giants. So, we'll retrace our steps and show where they were. Starting with the path we followed first. There's no giants here. Yep. None here. In fact, the very first giant we saw wouldn't be until we went down here. Yeah. Oh! Oh, no wonder none of that triggered. Pate's still here.
Oh. It allows undead to, with luck. Well, I hope we can. Well.
Okay. Is that why? Wow. I had never been parried by one of those guys. But of course I would have survived it. Alright. Alright. No, the first tree we come across is this one. And we can examine it now. And when we do, we enter into the memories of this particular giant. The memories of each of these statues. The memory of Vamar, this particular giant. Oof. And here, in an underground tunnel, we find many of the soldiers dying, and a man similarly dressed to ourselves.
What are you doing here? You are not one of our soldiers, and I don't take you for a mercenary. Whoever you are, this is no battle to involve yourself in, whether you are guided by bravery or brashness. I am Drummond, and the Lord has placed this fort in my hands. Whoever you are, I forgive your trespass. But leave this place immediately. Just mention my name, and no man will challenge your exit. And even if you don't, by now, my men have not the will to resist. Soon, the giants will descend upon this fort. It is revenge for the kingdom's misguided barbarism. The venerable Lord built this kingdom to bring prosperity to his subjects. What has transformed him so, I cannot imagine. Long ago, the king crossed the seas, pillaged the land of giants, and brought back a prize. It was then that the golems materialized. The giants are no ordinary barbarians. A singular rage burns within their hearts. My father and his father both fought the giants on this very land. The giants have wills of steel. They cannot find it within themselves to forgive the misdeeds of our Lord. Did you see him? That towering monster among them. That is most certainly their king. He will be a thing to topple. Even if I should die trying. My blade may break, my arrows fall wide, but my will shall never be broken. Those who live by the sword will die by it. And I, Drummond, won't go down without drawing mine. Be gone with you. Be gone.
Hurrah gesture?
Be gone with you. Be gone.
Indeed. The giants are upon us. The memories of Amar. Oh! He wasn't kidding. Yeah, these are the giants in their full power and glory. This is what felled the fort. And this is what these giants were like before. Yep. And yeah. There's more of them out there. But there was another door to go. And in it, now the mimic, a smooth and silky stone. Healing supplies for the soldiers. But yeah, as you see, the giants all hit very hard. And their techniques they're not limited to the Ashen Mist is thin. That's basically to warn you that your time in the stage is running out. Ow. Yeah. The giants hit stupidly hard. Well, but it befits there. But as you can see, they're also... Whoop. Yeah, they can be tripped. Yeah. Because we took so long talking with Drummond. Now, this is also something to know. Every time you can re-enter the all the memories. You can keep re-entering them. But every time you do, all the enemies outside of the world memory will respawn. So just be aware of that. Now, the memories are a bit more like static instances. So, yeah, you can't reside in the memory for long. And as you can see, this giant will break through the door. Got it.
Be gone with you. Be gone.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't change his statements, so good there. No, you don't need to kill the giants. Yeah. Okay. Note that this giant has a poison hand and a hand that makes you bleed. Yeah. They are one of the few enemies that can inflict multiple status effects pretty regularly. But it speaks to how good of combatants they are, that they are able to inflict multiple damage types. Alright. Another soul of a nameless soldier. Keep exploring. And no, you can just run past enemies. Here we see the soldiers taking on the knights fighting the giants, showing just how chaotic and damaging these wars were. And that's one of the big ones there. And this giant here, felled by many blades. The fighting was vicious. No one can contest that truth. Both the people of Drang Lake and the giants put everything they had into these battles. That much is very true. Soul of a great hero, bonfire aesthetics. Nice. Bear in mind, you have no allies in this. I mean that quite literally. Everyone here wants you dead. Alright. And if you'll remember at the bottom of the gutter, we fought another enemy like him. The Giant Warrior Club. Alright. Petrified something. Though, no, that is kind of interesting that and a bit of an oxymoron, that in the midst of a memory, we're allowed to take things out. It's kind of an indication that we are not actually simply viewing a memory of what someone experienced. Old Radiant Life Gem. And that's something to note. If we just needed to know information, It would have been enough to simply tell us. Okay, alright. Yep. Heal up. It would have been enough to simply tell us. Alright, and we examine this body and find the soul of a giant. That is what we actually came here for. Another soul of a giant. Which we can use to gain strength or something else. And we can re-enter that memory, fight the giants some more. It's a great way for farming. So it is entirely another place we can go. Don't have any fire bombs, so may just okay. Do I really have no fire bombs? Flaming arrows. Nope. Okay. What? Alright. Anyway. So then the next tree we saw would be after the next boss fight. Because that all loops around. So our next memory would be, yeah, after our first encounter with the pursuer. Alright. Alright. Hey, Bernal. What brings you here? Odd place for you.
Well, we meet again. What are you doing here? Who'd have thought we'd meet in a place like this?
You're telling me.
Fate just won't let us stay apart. See, the old sword's caught your attention. Well, you've a good eye then. That has been in my family for generations. They say it is crafted with moonlight. And we all know what that means. It wards off evil, and I wouldn't trade her for all. It's said that no man has ever teased out the sword's true power, but
Is that true?
I see you've taken a liking, but this is, if you still, then you will have.
Yeah. So that's not a threat, that's a, if you really want it, that's an option. But, well, a sword of moonlight wards off evil. We'll need to seek it. We'll need to seek evil. So we've got no real use for it. The memory of Oro. this memory, there are two paths, up and down. Let's try the upper path. Some soldiers. There we go. These soldiers back when they were living were quite strong. A fading soul. A Pharaoh's Lockstone here? Well, we're shown something indeed. Well, it's not a mimic. Nope, trapped. 3 souls of a hero, wow. Here, trap ahead. Therefore, don't you dare. Well, why not? A trap? Huh. Don't see it. I always love that. It can't actually go through the door, so. Anyway. And up here, more of the knights and giants fighting. There we go. Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah. And yes, the soldiers will more than happily fire the ballista at you. Alright. Alright. Yep. Ow. Got him. Nice. But that's a drop that will probably kill you. So, that's one way to go. Another one that's a little safer is up here. Another brave warrior soul. And as you can see, there are archers up there, looking to take advantage of the terrain. And yes, the mist is thinning on us already. And this is where we actually needed to go. This is the giant's own soul. Note that the soldiers aren't going to attack us directly. They're still going to fire their ballistas. There's just more goods. But yeah. This giant fell to the soldiers. As we can see, this one had the memory of a victory for the humans, for the fort defenders. So, this is another one. This time we'll take the lower path. Alright. Yep. The ballista's pretty much... Basically, you're just dodging the ballistas. Yeah. And yeah, this is where the knights had the advantage. They were able to surround, cut off the giants, and deal with them one at a time. Alright. And from there, we'll to Duskerb. As you can see, there's a giant in there with another mace. But yeah. Nice. Nice. So this time they managed to survive thanks to our interference. Alright. So we got rid of that. And yeah. As things stand, the giants simply... The fighting was fierce around the fort and all along Drang Lake. It's the reason there's nothing but ruins left. Alright. Yep. Alright. We've done a little too much exploring and haven't repaired our stuff. Because even the third dragon ring is starting to break. Alright. Yep. And the ballista. Yep. There we go. Alright. There we go. Alright. We're pretty much good. Yep. And I broke the damn ring. Alright. Oh. And they got me. I was getting cocky and overconfident. That's fine, though. Okay. So... The third ring, dragon ring, is broken, so we'll just go for some extra damage until I can get it fixed. And yeah, quickest way back, down here. Oh! We've done this path enough that that guy has despawned. Remember how I mentioned this a long time ago, but it's one of the mechanics that's kind of interesting and weird about this game is after you've done the route enough times, certain enemies despawn to make things easier for your repeat trips. The exact enemies varies, and I don't remember exactly, but it is kind of one of those interesting things of if you die enough trying to get through a certain boss, they eventually a couple enemies will despawn permanently so you can have an easier time getting there. Never had to make too much use of that mechanic myself, but it is an option for those who get frustrated. And it's not something they bring forward to the series, through the rest of the series, I remember that. And I just need to get this, come here so I can get my souls back, and then we'll be on our way. And yeah, you can enter a memory as much as you want. The only punishment for not getting the giant soul is not getting the giant soul. The memory of Oro, which is the name of this particular giant, who saw some of the fiercest fighting. Yep. Yep. And again, these soldiers are very driven. They're actually much stronger than we see them later on, specifically because they're not hollow at this point. They're still living people. Alright. And let's see. There's my souls. Just gonna get that. Okay. Now that he's shot. Alright. There we go. In the meantime, I'll keep shooting. There we go. Nice. Was that all of them up here? Yeah. But yeah. The crossbows, the weaponry, all of it was for the sake of defeating the giants after Vendrick stole something from them. The question then becomes, what did Vendrick take that was so precious that they would become so incensed at him? We could just wait this out, but I'm kinda curious. Alright, let's try it. I put the silver cat ring on. Wow. Yeah, that does reduce damage pretty nicely. And yeah, if you examine the corpse, you can just leave. Alright. And yes, they're not kidding. This is totally the option of, if you want to kill Bernal, feel free. Go for it. If you really want that Moonlight Greatsword, help yourself. I'm not personally a big fan, but to each their own. Though, you all probably already know which which of the trees we need to go see. There are two special ones. One was guarded by Armorer Dennis, and the other you required the King's Ring to reach. We'll start. I think we'll start with that, with the one. The side room, I think. And we'll take the quick way there. But first, real quick, just gonna go to Majula. Put these souls securely in a level. Actually, how are we looking? It's 24. So about what? Should be about 3 levels.
Bearer.
So 30 HP. Vitality? Yeah, let's get 30 of the 3 base. Alright. Alright, so from here we'll head to the Soldier's Rest. Oh. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. And head into the memory of this giant. Its tree giving us seeds. Actually, that's the interesting bit. This giant rests in peace. That's why its message is different. It actually doesn't send us anywhere. That's because it's resting at peace. It isn't troubled about its memories. So then, the one that is, the place unbeknownst. This is where it gets kind of interesting. Remember, Vendrick knew about this. Vendrick set this all up. And this is the tree and the memory. Now, this is also unique. Note that these fireflies are here. Up until the point when you first get here, you wouldn't realize what the significance of these fireflies are. But after clearing the Shrine of Amana, you can recognize that they're the fireflies that keep the peace of a creature of darkness, who puts them in a trance and keeps them docile. This tree in particular was kept docile. And this memory, because to keep this memory specifically intact. Why would that be important? What does the memory of Jag, what makes this memory so important? For one thing, there's a boss door. Alright. Does this place look familiar? Yep. That's right. Right here, where we were before. Wow. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the top of the tower where we watched. Where we fought the pursuer. Oof. Yeah, this place can be kind of rough. The head statue actually rolls. And here, at the very height where we fought the pursuer, we now face the giant lord. The giant lord himself is not actually that dangerous, but there is a lot of secondary fireballs and other threats here. Nope. Honestly, yeah. He's quicker than you'd expect, but he's still a giant, so he's... Yep. And like I said, those fireballs come out more than you think. Nice. But... got him. Remember that they said that the Giant Lord was felled by some unnamed knight? Well, how you doing? It's honestly the reason I put Drummond's set on. And I tend to wear it. Another soul of a giant. That puts us at 4. In addition, Giant's Kinship. Each king has his rightful throne, and when he sits upon it, he sees what he chooses to see. Or perhaps it is the throne which shows the king only what he wants. The flames roar, but soon will begin to fade, and only a worthy heir might burnish their light. What is it truly a claimant of the throne could desire? And with that simple action, we have now achieved what Vendrick set up for us. The simple truth is, everything on the path we've walked has been set ahead of us. Set up by both the ancient dragon in the Dragon's Eyrie and King Vendrick.
Bearer until...
Their hope that the one who would come after them would gain the insight and the ability to take the throne and continue the age, to redirect things. It's the reason everything has been set up. And if we so choose, we could end it now. And there's one last thing I want to do. Because now that we've felled the Lord of the Giants, note that by where we fought him is right above where the last giant actually is. In one of those nice little nods, it's the last giant is actually exactly where you. The last giant is exactly where that would allow them to fall down to where you fought the giant king as the last giant. Alright. And now that we fought him, there should be a gift waiting for us. One final little reward. Because as I said, this is not simply us going through the memories of someone.
Take these. Don't ask me what.
We got the final piece after all this time. The Drangleic helm. A traditional Drangleic helmet belonged to Captain Drummond. In his day, King Bendrick was fair and just, and expected the same of his liegemen. The helm is proof of King Bendrick's trust and honor until his transfiguration. And now, it's one of the reasons I wanted the... Alright. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I came back. Once you felled the Lord, Drummond gives you his helmet to complete the set. The truth is in the actual history and not the memories, because memories can be falsified and misleading. But the simple truth is, Drummond went after the Lord. He failed to kill him, but he failed to kill him by his own blade. What he did manage to do was cause them to fall. Yep. And the fall pretty much killed him, impaling him on the rocks below. Allowing him to go hollow until such time that we come across him and fight him as the last giant. Bam. Oop. Oh, not trying to bother you all. But yeah, we now officially have the helmet. So, and yes, falling in the water is just death. This is still a Souls game. Yep. And we can get out of here. I have what I came for. I think it's a pretty stylish helmet myself. And now, we see the past for what it is. Vendrick stole from the giants, and the giants came back to collect what he stole. Remember, though, he stole at the behest of the queen, who told him that the giants were a major threat. Though, what did he possibly steal? Well, we've seen it. What he stole from them was the Throne of Want. Alright. And with this, like I said, we've officially gained everything Vendrick wanted us to see and do. The last step is to head back to the castle. Through the King's Gate, head to the Throne of Want, and complete his task. However, doing so is a little insincere. We don't understand why this is happening, what's been happening, or why it's important. So, let's dig a little deeper, shall we? Let's dig into the real history of this place. Let's head. Yes, poisoned. We were told that beneath the Black Gulch is a place that is hidden for good reason. Let's see. There it is. This was where we got our reward. And here, at the Primal Bonfire, we could only return. But there's someplace else. The Three Headless Snake statue. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin to probe this deeper. We saw this before, this underground area. We can light a torch here. This requires this key, the Dragon Talon. Legend has it that deep beneath the reaches of the Black Gulch, behind a door locked from the inside, is a magnificent city built for a great slumbering dragon. This talon clearly dates to ancient times, but great vitality emanates from it still. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start digging into the history of the world. These great and terrible truths that lay deeper and deeper. Do you hear that? Something breathing. Slumbering in Shulva, the Sanctum City. Do you see it? A great slumbering dragon. Oh. A dragon with a great spear jutting through it. We disturbed its sleep, so it departs. A dragon simply wishing to rest, and those who will not allow it to. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first of the DLCs. Though, before we delve any further, there is one person we should go see. One last use of the mist. When you went to find Vendrick, you might have noticed there was a glow. One, two, and number 3. There, we should be good. Note that the statue's hanging from the ceiling. And if you look closely, there's even a butterfly. Bit of a strange place for one, wouldn't you say? But upwards, upside down hanging statues. Yep. Got him. Alright. Nice. I forget they can do that. I always do forget they can do that. And Vendrick's corpse keeps shambling around. This is the last use of the mists. If you examine his armor and clothing, the memory of the king. Here sits the great King Vendrick, battered weapon and bloodied, shield, armor.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne.
Yes,
I am Vendrick, ruler of Drang Lake. As flame rises, so does it fade. Such is the way of things. Do you
Indeed.
intend to link the fire? Then you must first take the throne. Prove your worth. Find the ancient crowns. Seek adversity, and they will be yours. And your wishes granted. And your wishes. And your...
Is that so? Interesting little detail. In the memory, you can even see Vestalt silently and studiously. Now, one other thing you can do is one thing you may not expect, or you probably do expect, is that you can attack Vendrick. Note, he has no HP bar appearing. There it is. Even his corpse is surprisingly powerful. The reason being is there's a trick to this fight. The more giant souls you have, the more damage you do to him. Yep. Oh, but yeah, he hits hard. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons you don't want to use up your you don't want to use up the giant souls, because otherwise you do almost no damage to the guy. Still, we have some more strength to gain, and we shall do as his memory bid us, seek adversity. So, let us seek it. Seek the pain, the frustration, the misery, for it will make you stronger. Old growth balm. There it is. Temporarily increases strength. The special fragrant oil affects the mind, granting a fleeting sense of empowerment. This is actually a shortcut spot. You'll learn about it later. For now, the long way is our only way. And trust me, folks. Are you ready? Therefore, good luck. Because you will need it in this place. The enemies are strong here. Oh. The archer. Note that much of this is poisoned. This place loves it. Nice. Alright. Nice. Alright. Also note that many of these enemies, they are not flinching. Ow. Alright. Yeah. Got him. Nice. More life gems. Now, as for the reason why, now to show a little bit of the tricks of this area. Hitting this switch raises this platform, which will block the line of fire for the archers. And the same goes here. And one thing you can do is that once you're up here, yep, Dark Quartz Ring reduces the damage against curse significantly. Alright. Also note that once you hit the switch, it'll reset. So if you want, you can lower these elevators, up and down. Because there are many hidden pathways, whether they're up or down. Visions of pointlessness. Not necessarily. For like here, got him. A Sanctum Mace. The mace of the warriors of this place. Might as well take a look. A mace wielded by Sanctum soldiers. This mace was corrupted by poison when Sin, the slumbering dragon, awoke. A mere mortal would be asphyxiated by the poison emitted when wielding this mace, but for the noxious Sanctum soldiers, this fact matters none. Yeah, these were all people poisoned and killed by that poison. I can hear bugs skittering. Oh, some more of the Sanctum soldiers. And in this case, a longbow plus 7. A nice little pick-me-up. More poison stones. As you might expect, poison is going to be quite the commonality here. God, I hate the clicking sound of these bugs. Let's see, this room. I think it just brings you around. Ah. Ah, that's right, it gives you this little ledge. Because you need this one. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm trapped. Oh well. Yeah. Not a big deal. You'll die a lot here. This is the DLC where... This is the DLC. This is where the game is taking off all the kid gloves and is making sure whether you've been paying attention this whole time. So, yep, you're going to get a lot of Sanctum Maces. Yeah, I do love that the simple act of raising that does so much damage to them. There we go. Yeah, and without the archers, this is actually far more manageable. And there's the one soldier. Alright. Again, the reason these guys don't actually flinch. That is an entirely, that's not just a gameplay thing. This is, the point is these guys have been undead and are such stern defenders. They don't flinch. Alright. Nice. By the way, you can use bows to shoot these switches. So, keep that in mind. Yeah. Alright, and this switch. Ah. Gives you a path over there. Alright. And yeah. There is all sorts of enemies here. Poison moss. Yeah. Oop. There it is. Yeah. Lance wielders, very your best method of attack is being defensive first. Because those jabs come out faster than you think they would. And speaking of those bows from earlier, the bow +7. Alright. Note that they give off the corrosive effect. So, a lot of this is to wear down your equipment. So, bear that in mind. And naturally, it has little defenders. Yep. Thankfully, they're not too horrible, but again, if you've got major, like, arachnophobia or issues with bugs, this is your nightmare fuel. So, and yes, they're just corrosive. Blackweed bomb. Alright. And I believe this is largely just a shortcut. If I remember right. Because this just leads you... Poison bite ring. The bite rings, rather than resist, I believe give you extra poison attack. Oh, for fuck's sake. Stupid bug. Anyway. Poison bite ring. Let's see. Yep. One of several bite rings known for their okay, just increases poison resistance. Though oddly disturbing design, these rings suggest a common source. Whoever the master craftsman was, he clearly knew his trade. And as far as the poison resist goes, it's a considerable amount. Like, a +1 gives you a ridiculous amount, so considering the amount of poison that you encounter in this place, it can be quite useful. And that just gets you a way back up. In addition, there's this path over here. Always investigate, folks. Old growth bomb. Alright. And this is where we got shanked earlier. So, there are two ways to go. Across the shortcut we opened, and here. Now, I'll show this off because this is one of those... You wouldn't believe it's a thing until you ran into it. Yep, I got poisoned. Oh well. And I have poison moss. Okay. But, if you attack this... this actually is a creature that has assembled a armor of those statues on it. Not here, let me out of here. Everyone having PTSD from the Gulch. Yeah. Trust me, your first time through, this area does give you nothing but Gulch PTSD, where you're like, I thought the Gulch was bad. Please, no more. But seek adversity. Seek the worst it can be. For that is where you will find your greatest strengths. Alright. Lots of bugs. Yep. Yeah. I take one ear off my headphones so I don't have to hear the clicking as bad myself. Like, it honestly does just start to get to you after a while. Hey, Elizabeth mushrooms. Completely offset the poison, definitely. Theoretically I could... Oh, I missed an item back that way. Okay, well, pick it up next time we walk through. Meantime... pop these fruit trees, or whatever they are. Ah. This is where you can start to learn why you can hit these switches with the arrow, allowing you to open paths. And you'll want to learn to do this, because you won't be able to strike everyone directly. And yes, this was specifically for that one. Yeah, a large portion of that path was to open that one switch that'll allow you to get some cover from the initial shots. Because, like here, these archers would otherwise have nothing but free reign to hit you, while these guys come after you. The funny part to me is, that's a good example of why I don't play horror games. Because that just made me jump ridiculously. I don't get very animated when it comes to jump scares. I'm the most boring person in the world to watch that kind of thing for. Because when I get scared, I don't get terrified and jumpy and anxious. I'm ready to fight to kill. That is the kind of person I am. Alright. So, Unfortunately, it doesn't make for great content, so I leave it be. But I just want you all to know, I apologize, but you'll probably never get me to do horror games. So, just an explanation of why and... Alright, and just so you know, this temple over here is actually your main first goal. We'll be heading elsewhere, but just be aware that that is the end goal for this area. For now, I believe we're supposed to drop down here. Yeah, okay. Because... yeah. I hit that switch. There's one. And then there's this guy. Yep. And I never seem to have enough stamina to be able to finish one of these guys off. I never seem to. Alright. But yeah. Like I said at the start, just be prepared. You're going to die a lot. There's just going to be times where it's going to happen. Thankfully, there are shortcuts. That make your life easier. And yep. Nice. And you. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Oh! Oh, wow. Okay. Luckily, it wasn't too many souls on us, but it was still that we lost. But it's still funny when it happens, because that's one other thing about the soldiers here. They're quiet. Like, they don't make noise. Alright. By the way, how are we looking? Only 2 pieces. Let's head to Majula real quick. Because there's actually something I'm curious about. Reinforce armor. Okay, we can at least get the helmet started. Alright, so I still need 3 pieces. Yeah. But it'll be worth it.
I'll be around.
I personally really like the Dragon Lake set myself. But let's see, let's talk to our friend, see if he's delighted enough all the fires we've lit.
Even more. I don't. It seems that all the flames have been lit. It makes me feel. Somehow. Wait. Who are you again? Fate brought us together for a reason. Take these, and may they help you on your travel.
And yeah, when you defeated all the main story bosses, you get Kale's helm and his shoes. Helm of a light Mira foot soldier belonged to Kale the cartographer. Apparently Kale procured this inexpensively second-hand, but it's surprisingly well made. Yeah. Hey, it got him far enough to explore this the earlier game areas, so the man did well.
I'm glad to see.
Let's see. I already have those.
Thanks very much. Forget to buy? Did I mention before that, well, I'm not from these parts? I was on a journey, and somehow ended up here. The desolation here was disenchanting at first, but over time, things started to turn my way. Yeah, I've got a good few regulars now. They're all strangely desperate and quite willing to pay a premium. Sadly, some of them never come back, but I try not to think about it. Have you seen that warrior lugging that giant blue sword about? I'm no expert, but that appears to be a fine specimen. The monstrous thing has a peculiar design, quite unlike anything found in Volgan. If you should speak to him, would you ask him if he won't sell it? I'd have to take another look, but I'm confident I could offer quite a price. I considered returning to my home. I've started to turn a handsome profit now, and I can't bear to give it up. I considered. Always open for...
Alright, so our armor smith is doing well, unsurprisingly, in these lands. Let's see. So, with that decided, let's see. Trying to think of anywhere else we need to go. Or anywhere else we can get anything. We've started with... Yeah, we've gone through the dragons, we've gone through Aldia's Manor, and we're now entering the DLC domains. Just trying to think if there's anything else. I suppose the last thing we would need... No, not really. It's but to the DLC areas. Which, actually, if we were to do that, we might as well unlock all of them. So let's head back to Aegel's Idol in the Iron King's domain. We might as well show all three. The sunken domains under the Black Gulch, the home of an ancient dragon, the Iron King's foundry, where his power was most clearly evident. I'm gonna take the bow off. Oh. Large Titanite shard, love to see it. Now, as far as my personal theory on each of these places being a spiritual realm, I guess the best way to call it, where the paths we're leading and the worlds we're seeing, what you're seeing here is what's behind each of these places. Essentially, what we're looking at is what came before each of these kings, or what each of these kings brought about. And in this case, the Great Iron King an elevator. A bit of a dangerous one, because there's nothing protecting you from those gears. The mist and ruin that is the forge of the Iron King. Huge, heavy chains. A fire that doesn't go out. And blasted earth in every direction. And here we see soldiers curled up, dead. And a statue of some kind with a smelter wedge lodged into it, 6 of them. An iron wedge forged in this land destroys the Ashen Idol. The Ashen Idol is of great consequence to Nadalia, who, having renounced her flesh, entrusts her very being to it. Who's Nadalia? We know in Nashandra that's the queen of... that's Vendrick's queen, ruling over the land of ruling over the lands of Drang Lake. Oh, gears in the way. Can't directly go there. Must be some way. Well, at least we can head forward. The Iron Throne, I assume. Oh. 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 Nope. You can't attack it. The only way to destroy this is to use a smelter wedge. And in doing so, she breaks, becoming Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash. Well, that was easy. A small fragment of a soul, not the whole thing. Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash, who renounced her flesh and wandered Broom Tower. When Nadalia came to this land, the king she sought was no longer here. Dispirited, she forsook her own soul and clung to the heirlooms of the old king. This is only a fragment of a soul and cannot be used in this state. So your goal here is to reassemble Nadalia's soul. Nadalia was a queen aspirant, maybe? Of wanting to be the queen of this land. But, unfortunately, by the time she was here, the Iron King had already been killed. leaving her with little recourse. So, she decided to try and find something else she could do to fulfill her aims. And in this case, she gave up her very flesh to do so. And you can hear whispers. And from the ash rise the soldiers of the Iron King. All throughout this area, you'll be able to hear Nadalia's whispering as she watches you. Vision of bloodstains, yeah. There's a lot of them here. Alright. That choking of their soldiers. Yep. Yeah. Alright. Might as well get some real healing. And yeah, all these bodies of ash just left. Rogue water. And you can see there another one of the idols. And so we are brought to what most of your quest in this area is. Seeking the Dahlia and breaking her statues. And there will be many things to break here. Listen carefully, be wary of silence. Jumping and then item. Yeah, if you want to try and go for that. Prism stones. Help mark where you've been. Not a mimic. Another Titanite slab to master a weapon. Ah, another one of her ashen idols. Note that they're all hands wrapping around themselves, clutching. I'm listening for what she's trying to say. Would you, or maybe with you? I might have had a chance. Yeah. Alright. Now this statue actually has a different effect. Rather than summoning fire pillars, she buffs these soldiers, making them harder to kill. But without him, they lose the effect, and they can be flinched again. And yet another part of Nadalia's soul. And yeah, like you saw, these guys hit pretty damn hard. This guy was looking out over here. Another place we can go. Now make no mistake, there are plenty. Alright. Yep. There we go. Nice. Dance of Fire. Pretty nice pyromancy. Hits repeatedly, but it can be a little rough. It can definitely be like a lock you in position and make you kind of vulnerable kind of spell. And the switch opens, revealing us more places. And whatever is giving off all that fire is obviously a destination we should consider. Praise the sun. Yeah, an old mundane stone. Oh. And naturally, if you hear that shuffling, that typically means an enemy spawned. A good chunk of the time, they spawn behind you. Lloyd's Talisman to prevent healing. And this one's a little obvious. Hidden pathway. And you'd be able to see this from other places, but it's one of those cases where that door was there just specifically to show you these soul vessels if you wanted to redo your build. Because you're struggling here, and you need some help. Do not hesitate to redo your stats. If you think you'd do better as a caster, go for it. As far as I've ever seen, though, generally speaking, this game is far more melee friendly. A beautiful view of a blasted, pitiable land where nothing really grows. Oh. This. Well, say hello to a very stupid trap. Sincerely, if you're going to fall for it at this late juncture, you really haven't been paying attention. Yeah. But that's more your tutorial regarding this fact. And say hello to why they teach you it. Floating in possessed armors. Luckily, they drop Titanite chunks. And yep, again, you haven't been paying attention much if you fall for this. You really haven't been paying attention. Praise the sun. Range battle, therefore try projectile. Yeah, this is where one of the many places you can, using a bow, get a little free cheesy chip damage in. After all, a little extra damage never hurt, especially when you're very likely to be ambushed. Yeah, and there's two guys. Yep. Nice. And there we go. Yep. Alright, now the mimic. Firebombs? No, Cestus plus 8. So, how many does that put us at? 8, 7, 8. Now if we only had 3 fists to use them with. But here, we get a second bonfire. Chest ahead, but be wary of ranged battle. Yeah. They were warning you about this guy. These possessed armors can and will snipe you from above. Well, it's not a mimic. Twinkling Titanite, 3 of them. Love to see it. So we'll have to figure out a way around. And yeah, which is here with the smoke door. Which will eventually lead us down to where we can see below. Where I believe there's another Ashen Idol. And the big guy with the club there. That... Oh boy, those guys are rough. See how they're spewing fire from either shoulder? That's basically to screw over you just sidestepping all their attacks. Because yes, this game is that cruel. Alright. Well, nothing for it. So, you could follow down or head over here. But the only way through is down right now. And we can have him walk down. Let's see. Doesn't open from this side. You're gonna see that a lot. A good chunk of Broom Tower is actually basically locked off from you for the early part. And yes, As you might expect. Huh. To say, the armor hasn't gotten up yet. Alright. Radiant life gems. Alright. See if we can usher these guys down into the hole. There we go. Yep. There we go. And there's the Ashen Idol. There she is. Yeah, so I believe this one will also just buff all the enemies in the room, making this a nightmare. So your best bet, and more than likely it's going to kill you, is to use a smelter wedge on this. Yep. Like I said, it'll more than likely kill you. Alright. But without her buffing them, this becomes a whole lot easier to deal with. Yeah. It's just a matter of... It's literally just a matter of dealing with that. How long we been going? Well, about 2 hours. Okay. But this is Broom Tower. Broom Tower is not the worst of this area. But, at the very least... Turn around. Thank you. But these enemies will make this a lot easier. And that's why they're here. Alright. Down there you go. Another solution is to toss down... I don't know if alluring skulls work on these guys. Alright. Get back some HP. Now another trick is to get low enough to be able to trigger some of the enemies. Because I don't remember if they can climb ladders. I don't believe so. So what you can do... There we go. There we go. There's a chunk of his HP gone. That guy's in pretty perfect position. And there goes several of them. And that, without the big guy, this is now manageable. Nice. Yeah. And more of Nadalia's soul. A flame quartz ring +3. Very nice. Oh, and this guy walked down. Yep. Yep. So, we made it through there. Let's see what awaits us on the other side. I do love the variance in this area, where not every solution is just beat the thing until it falls apart. Now we get introduced to the possessed armors with their flaming swords, who have a surprising amount of agility for being just a piece of couple pieces of floating metal. Large titanite shards. As you might expect, twinkling titanite. The Iron King's domain is very huge for material gains. Yeah. Yep. Those spellcasters suck, and it's not like you get that spell. Think how good that spell has to be. And yeah. Yeah. Yep. Ow. And of course, yep. Heal up. Okay, got the double chug off. Alright. Over here. Over here. And note that the spell only gets that big aura boost and damage over time effect if it hits you. As unfair as that is. By the way, that wasn't a unique enemy. She's got sisters. And a lot of them. So yeah. These lightning chucking crow priests. Yep. 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 Human effigy. So if you die, you can at least get back to full HP. And yeah, the direct drop is a death sentence. But of course, you can imagine what's about to happen. He's about to activate and run at us, and that's probably an active set of armor. Yeah. Managed to snipe him. Nah, okay. Yep. Alright. Okay. Alright. Nice. And get our stamina back. Pop one of the big eggs. Alright. Well, this doesn't look like Ambush Central. So you know what? Let's not. Yeah. Especially because I remember there's a bonfire over here. That marks basically your... This is your midpoint in the whole of Broom Tower, as well as the point where you can say you've got access to a lot of areas. So, now let's go indulge in that ambush. Because Broom Tower, the home of the Iron King, feel free to walk through the statues. They don't really do anything other than potentially hide items. Large soul of a proud knight. Soul of a hero. There they are. Like, I remember there being some idiots. They pop out of a couple areas. Alright, last one. Great heroes. Okay. Not as many as I remember. Oh well. Well, there's also this lower door. Raw stone. So if you have... Basically, that's really useful for a caster who still has the stats to wield a weapon, but doesn't have the stats to really take advantage of it. Okay. Let's say hello to one of the most pain-in-the-ass NPCs in the entire game. Maldrin the Assassin. For one thing, Maldrin doesn't show himself immediately. He summons every time. But he hides here. Yep. Now, Maldrin has a lot of HP. The other thing about Maldrin, he has a set scripted tactic he uses. Okay. Not a mimic. Bonfire aesthetics. By that I refer to this, where heading down into this area, first note, all the enemies are buffed up. Yeah. Next, so long as you're in the dark, you have a constant curse buildup. And the want to know the most dickish thing? The only way to break this area's control is to deal with the Nadalia soul at the very bottom. Yeah. In other words, the only way out is through. So, well, Flame Quartz Ring plus 3. What does that move it up to? Yeah, another 50 points. Not bad. And remember, you lose 10% of your HP every time you're cursed. So, you're basically just going... Okay. There's that one done. And that one's forced off. And there goes 10% of my HP. And the Dahlia is also making all the enemies here stronger, defensively stronger, and they'll never flinch. There are also the armors here will just keep getting back up. So again, this is one of those cases where your best bet is to ignore everyone. Yep, get to the Nadal statue, hit yes, yes! There we go. And break it. Because what we've just done is turn a frustrating area into a possible area. I cannot tell you how many times I've had to do runs trying to get that. Yep. Yep. And sometimes just counterfighting enemies is all you really need to do. Alright. So, with the Dahlia statue broken, our assassin friend will show up again, Maldron the Assassin. Kind of a funny weapon to pick to be known as an assassin, a Grand Lance. Ow. Yeah. Note he's also using the Rebel's Great Shield. Yeah. Alright. Ow. Yeah, got the double chug off. Alright. Come on. Alright. Huh. Does he use like holy water? Is that holy water he's throwing at me? That's almost insulting. But, on the upside, without that Dahlia statue, this now becomes entirely possible. Alright, let's use... well, we got a bunch of bolts, didn't we? Yeah, 30 magic bolts. Oh, they fell off. Never mind. Silver talismans. But yeah, look how much simpler this all is. And because of the flame properties of their sword, these guys do tend to get some free chip damage. So, don't get too cocky over it. But, nice. Alright. Nice. There he goes. Alright. And we should be meeting up with our good friend Maldron the Assassin here in a moment. Yep. Lots of bloodstains, because naturally, like I said, it's probably... Wow. Maldron healed himself. Alright. Up here. Come on. Yep. Come on. You don't have the advantage anymore. Oh, it's corrosive. It's not even, it's not holy water, it's corrosive. Okay, he's just looking to break my equipment. Okay. Yep. I love that the animated armor is now really obsessed with us. Alright. Let's see how well they handle this chain. Because some enemies have some real trouble navigating a narrow pathway like that. Huh. Not even gonna try. Okay. Well, not much else I can do then. I got any throws myself? Oh, I do have some lightning urns. Corrosives don't really matter. Hey, daggers! Perfect. Daggers work really well based on your stats, and we have fairly good strength and dexterity, so we can throw this really hard. So let's see. Ow. How about just you? You come after me. I wonder if corrosive urns would do more damage to him, considering it's nothing but floating. There we go. Yeah, that's not the best. Yep, there we go. And without his backup, Maldron isn't actually that bad. Alright. There we go. Yep. Yeah, run away. Ow. Ow. Come on. There we go. Yep. Okay. Nice. Yeah, now he runs away because he's going to try and get to the lowest level and get the next ambush. Yeah, because this is where he heals. Nope. Ow. Ow. Got me on the roll catch. I won't deny that. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Got him pretty good that time. I can endure his full, like, heaviest combo. Oh, can I get him? Got him. There's the back attack. Ha! There we go. Maldron has been vanquished. Human effigy. Another part of Nadalia's soul. And down here at the bottom of at the bottom of this tower, aside from an ambush, because of course. Yep. Because of course. This whole game is a trap. I've said that so many times. Pale stone. A majestic greatsword. Let's see, where is it? An ancient greatsword of unknown origin. This sword was passed down through generation until it reached Gordon, wandering knight of Ferosa, and was lost upon his death. Uncannily, every last prominent swordsman who inherited this weapon was left-handed. Yeah, folks, this is actually... This was, in fact, the resting place of the Sword of Artorias. The Iron King found it and was offered to him as a trophy, a sign, a testament to his greatness. The fool had no idea what all he had. Sorry about that, had to sneeze. Unique bow equipped by Elan Knights. This very powerful bow uses great arrows, but each draw of the string requires great deal of time, leaving the shooter vulnerable. In the heyday of his land, the old Iron King fancied entertaining dubious and eccentric guests from faraway lands. Most of them were charlatans, but among the riffraff was an unusual knight from the Far East. He trained the Iron King's men in the sword, in obedience to his new lord. It makes sense, though it's actually somewhat interesting that we've not seen a single one of the Elan Knights here. Well, actually it makes sense. The Iron King kept his knights near him. So this wasn't and he wasn't here when Nadalia came. So, of course the Elan Knights aren't here. They had nothing to do with all this place. But it would also be the Iron King's legacy. Nope, that door is locked. And we're back to the foyer bonfire. There's also a spell quartz ring to help resist magic. Just walking around just to show this whole room and make sure we don't miss anything else, because there are a great many useful trinkets in this place. And magic stones. Now in this area, they're allowing you to get a view, an understanding of this area before you enter it. There are going to be many bars and traps here. This is an area where the game is looking to kill you. As you can see, there's more of those soldiers just carrying an explosive barrel. I think we're to a point... Alright. Well, we've gotten enough souls. Let's start putting them to work for us. Alright. Almost 175,000. Yeah. Alright. Reinforce. Start with our armor. We'll finish the gloves off. And continue with the helm.
I'll be around.
Alright. So, yep, we have fairly good defenses. Let's improve them further.
Until
Alright. Well, with this, let's push up to the 50 strength. Figure that. There we go. And now we'll start looking to... Oh, we now hit this point in this guy's attitude. Cocky little sumbitch, ain't you?
Sorry, have we met? Oh, sorry. It's just I've been awfully busy lately. Care to look over my wares? Please, be my guest. I upgraded my stock recently, although it may be a bit out of your reach.
He's not kidding, though. He did get some better items. The Throne Watcher and Defender sets. Leggings worn by the Royal Aegis. The Stealth set. Looking Glass again. Yeah. He's got some amazing items. And they're all just kind of expensive.
I'm rich! I'm rich! I don't need to go home anymore. Home. Home? Where is home?
The curse takes everything from us.
I'm rich! I don't... Home. Are you sure?
It's fine. I like our trusted armor. But yeah. He's finally got what he wanted. He got all the money he could ever need. He has plenty of customers. I imagine other undead come in and out of Majula regularly. But, well, he can't escape that nagging feeling that something isn't quite right. Where was home again? Why did he need all this souls and money? But, with Kane's helm in hand, we can head back to Aldea's Keep. And see to talk to the murderer. The one who wants us to kill. So back into Aldia's keep. And let's see what we find. Whoop! Oh, I forgot you're out now, so you constantly... Yeah, I forgot about you. Alright. And we have Kale's helmet. We didn't have to kill the man for it, but he thinks we will.
Fine work. This is my thanks.
Simpleton Spice.
Now let's discuss our next mark. I want you to kill one more. Your target is Felkin the Hexer. As proof, bring me that peculiar scepter of his. What do you say?
Sure.
Yes, but he will be for me. I want you to kill him. He has that.
Alright. Falcon the Hexer. We haven't actually spoken with him in quite some time. He's the one you speak to on the path to Huntsman's Copse. The man who tells you how you're disturbing the dark. Which is quite right. So, we'll head back to Majula. And see if we can't complete this quest. Let's see. Because I think he sells a copy of his scepter. Alright. And yeah. Into the dark. And the depths of silence. Because it's one thing to note is that there are two different things in this game. There is darkness and then there is the abyss.
Leave me. I'm interested. Leave me. Leave me. I'm interested.
We could alter our stats. Or we could just kill him. It's up to you which way you feel more ethical about. It's a nice little challenge to never kill, but...
What are you doing? You've let dark take control.
Look, dark. I see it.
The Sunset Staff. A staff said to have been forged in Aldia. A catalyst for sorceries and hexes, particularly powerful for casting hexes. The mysterious Lord Aldia secluded himself inside a manor to conduct various experiments. Those invited to the manor disappeared, replaced over time with malformed beasts that roamed its hall. Well, we did his bidding. And let's see. Do we get anything for this? I mean, he's a spellcaster, so I doubt there's much he he has we really want. But, at the same breath, it might be worthwhile. Regardless, he finally got us to kill, and I'm sure he'll be overjoyed at that sense of satisfaction. Yeah. The big dragon head broke that cage, broke the cart, so... By the way, if you stand in front of it, yes, it will just kill you. Alright.
This is my effect.
The Forbidden Sun.
Now let's discuss something of importance. You could kill a dozen like that, and it wouldn't matter. I want you to kill someone of import. I want you to kill the girl in Majula, known as the Muse. They say that she is the last firekeeper.
Oh, the Emerald Herald.
They say a lot of things. That she's a gentle shepherd, lighting the way for you cursed fools. Nonsense. Once she is dead, I will have no... The girl will have a peculiar feather. Now go on. Yeah, God.
Yeah, we already have it.
Your reward.
Unleash magic.
What do you require? You've been good to me.
And then he opens a shop where he sells the Astrologist and the Astrologist set, Black Witch, and Moon Hat. Sells the Thunder Quartz 2 ring, Infinite Great Arrows, some additional Bonfire Ascetics, Crimson Water, and Dragon Charm, Strong Magic and Great Magic Weapon. As far as the set goes, hats worn by astrologists in Melphia. Astrologists believe that magical powers can be obtained at the moment of special heavenly alignment. Even the collective wisdom of the Melphia Magic Academy cannot pull magic out of the sky, but the ideas of the astrologists led to the creation of new and very useful magic devices. Robe worn by Zuli the Witch, seducer of Alva the Wayfarer. Boasts excellent magic defense. When Zuli the Witch learned of Alva's dedication to Saint Sareta, she used all manners of tricks and deceit to ruin him. But in the end, she would spend her life with him, supporting his endeavors. The witch, as unloving as she was unloved, finally found illumination through her blighted existence. So, a nice little set for magic. And if you want to use great arrows, this is obviously one of the guys you really want. Dragon Charms never hurt.
These are for you.
The Chaos set.
Don't mind the specks of... Now I will sit here. Well.
So, the Chaos set. Hood worn by a Chaos Sorcerer, the man claims to have sealed himself away, but who's ever heard of sentient magic? It's no doubt difficult to judge the veracity of the man's words, but this hood seriously seems to possess an unusual power. It does in fact improve your casting speed. And note, he calls himself Navlan now. Again, note, we're not able to actually wear these properly. And yeah, it's quite a look. But I think it most appropriate to go with Drang Leg set. Still, I find this quest a little funny. And it's a little challenge to try and not kill everyone. You just have to be a little patient. You can't, and I'm pretty sure you can't actually kill the Emerald Herald, as far as I remember. Like, you can attack her, but she doesn't stay dead. But my memory's kind of foggy on that one. Besides, I'm not really the type who enjoys the idea of killing NPCs more than necessary. Alright. So, before we call it quits for the night, let's head back to the shaded woods and the ruined forked road. Alright. 244, that's 122 per shot, that ain't bad. Alright. And fall. 1, 2. Alright. Nice. And there we go. Nice and simple. Alright. Now, I'm trying to remember, am I on the wrong one or the right path? Nope. Nope, this is the wrong one, because this is the one that leads to Aldia. Huh? I don't have the King's Ring. Isn't that funny? They changed the programming. So long as you possess the King's Ring, it'll... Okay. But this is the wrong door anyway. Pick the wrong path. Genuinely forgot. Alright. Because there is one... Before we quit for the night, I want to unlock at least all 3 of the DLCs to seek all 3 ancient crowns. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. And here we are. Yep. Nice. Alright. Yep, here we go. Because the last place we need to go... The Shrine of Winter. quite an open place. Endless snowy paths around. And here. And we are at the outer wall. Oop. Oh!
You, approaching the land noise.
Yes?
Turn back. The old chaos hungers still.
The old chaos still hungers. Do not come this way. And these great tendrils of ice, branches of a twisted tree, reminding us of, well, the old bed of chaos, actually. And what lays beyond? Through a crack is frozen Elium Lois. I can see a flame there.
Go back. Ava is watching. Go back.
Oh. Well, that sounds nasty. Well, how bad could it possibly be?
Poor Ava. Do you miss your king? One without the sign has arrived. Do be merciful and end things swiftly.
Ava, huh? Oh. What? Ava the king's pet. Methinks we're a bit underprepared for that. And in all truth, you are. And theoretically, it's theoretically possible to win that fight. While you can't see him, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. We can't, and we have effectively now introduced ourselves to the three paths, the three DLCs. Beneath the gulch is Shulva the Sanctum City. Broom Tower lays beyond the flames of the old Iron King, and frozen Elium Lois stands hidden away on the path to Vendrick's own castle. So, with each of them, we'll explore and understand a bit more clearly the whole picture of what we're underneath. So, maybe then we'll be able to answer what the truth of this journey is and what will come for us later. Anyway, folks, thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been more of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Perhaps we'll be able to call ourselves that sooner rather than later. Either way, thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.